Welcome to Lanmou Tarot. This is a general reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the remainder of January 2020. Thank you so much for your patience. I've been traveling and I was not able to get these messages out to you guys, but this is for you, Sagittarius. This will be the last reading for the month, and we'll resume our regular weekly schedules next month in February, okay? Here we go. Messages for Sagittarius. Spirit messages for Sagittarius. Messages for Sagittarius. We are using the Morgan Greer Tarot deck, and I'll do a Chelsea cross for you this time so we get a little bit more information. Alright, Sagittarius. There we go. Giving you guys a little extra. I don't know what's going on, Sagittarius. I just felt a sense of calm. Almost like I've entered a meditative state as soon as I started, before I even started recording. It's like I just feel an overall calm. Your situation. The moon. Something here is calling for you to pay attention to your intuition, to perhaps even get in touch with your feelings. We have a new moon coming up in Aquarius. For some of you, there may be information, downloads you're receiving during this new moon. Okay? Crossing it. The Tower. Major energy. There's a shake-up happening in your world, Sagittarius. Okay? It's almost like the calm before the storm. For some of you, if you're feeling a sense of almost like eerie calm, there's something brewing. There's something brewing, especially if it has to do with things that were hiding in the shadow. It's gonna get exposed, because when the lightning strikes and the tower gets caught on fire, like the facade's gonna fall. It's gonna be out, falling apart to pieces for everybody to see. For everyone to see, it was just a tall wooden building. There was nothing fancy about it. Perhaps there was a lot of lures. People were looking, wondering what's going on in there, have all kind of stories about what this tower is, making it bigger than what it is, and they're going to see it for it just burned down to ashes. It really was nothing that grand, nothing to stress over, nothing to envy, nothing to, like, there's something here that's about to be exposed. And it's going to be sudden, it's going to be quick, it's going to be unexpected. It's going to be dramatic. At the foundation, Six of Pentacles. It has to do with unequalness of a relationship or a situation. It has to do with perhaps someone was consuming, taking too much of the resources, too much of the rewards, and putting everyone else in a needy situation, in a situation where they had to be, what's the word, dependent. Okay, someone was playing big boss here, like, you know, with other people's lives. They were taking, accumulating all this wealth behind them, and they're giving out little coins. There was the give and take in a situation was not equal. Okay, some of you were giving too much and receiving so little, and it's gonna be very apparent and clear, and you're gonna realize that, okay, and by the way, this is not even you, it's gonna be the universe saying, like, this is not this, we cannot allow this to keep happening. We got to balance the scale here. We need a shake up to happen here. Or for some of you, I was saying, it's once this Tower happens, is going to be revealed that there was nothing great and major really that was happening inside. For some of you, it's very well maybe that you realize that that person was playing like, oh, I only have 5 coins, and look, I'm giving you guys 3 of it, I'm only keeping 2. You're gonna realize that person has been manipulating. They've been taking, I won't say stealing, but they've been taking so much, a way bigger share of the rewards and the resources, and playing, poor, and playing like, I'm a man of the people, I'm helping out. It's all gonna come out in the surface here. The best thing that can happen. Judgment. This is karma here. This is like the ultimate justice. This is not the justice card of, having a chance here to face, your karma, to go to court. This is the ultimate justice. This is a final justice. This is the trumpet blowing. It's time to face your creator. It's time to answer for your life work, for your deeds. Major energy here. If you've been in the right, Sagittarius, you've been doing things by the book, you've been helping people out, you have not been taking from people, taking advantage of people, especially, regardless whether it's a relationship, it's a job, it's someone who's in a position of power that's been exploiting, their workers have been exploiting other people, and all along acting like, they're creating wealth. We're in this together. Keep on pushing yourself. Give more, more. Why don't you stay over time? And no, I cannot give you more money, which is you're gonna have to do with that. Like, this is Saturn energy. Order. It's like time for order. And that order, that when God's God's justice is strong as his love. Isn't it? Doesn't say it in the Bible, like when he comes, there's gonna be a trail of tears. It's gonna be too late to fix things. This is not like, the justice card of like, you're going to the court, you're going to pay that fine, and then you have, your things back in order. No. It's already too late for most people. This is Judgment Day. This is your chance to return now, to make amends now before you meet your maker. Those people are coming from the coffin. The time you're in the coffin, that's the in-between time. Some of you already know, you've already had the warning. If it's you who've been in the wrong. If it's other people that have been wrong, that have wronged you, they've also have heard the alarm. They've also have been warned to fix the error of their ways. And now they keep pushing. That's why the tower comes down. And the tower comes down, that's an opportunity to build again, to start again. This is Major Arcana number 16. And if they don't take that chance to do things right, by the time it gets to Judgment Day, then they have to face the ultimate consequences. Recent past. 8 of Pentacles. Some of you are doing the work. You are doing it. You are working. Putting all your time and energy to this job. For a lot of you, it's about a job, being exploited, really. You are doing everything you believe you're supposed to do. You're a team member. You are punctual. You use all your skills. You spend all your time there. The little overtime you did it. Work in progress. You kept working. You felt like you're working towards something. Yet at the foundation, all those pentacles that you were building, you're working, it was for someone else's enjoyment. There was never really any plan for you to get your rewards. The plan was always for you to be in a position of neediness. For you to remain in a place of lack. For you to get like the crumbs. And God is coming just to say like, no, 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 no. And the same applies. If it's you who's been in the one who was doing that, yes, you are working, you are building, and you are not sharing enough. You're keeping hoarding. You're keeping everything. You're not sharing with the people around you, people that are helping you build this enterprise, helping you build this powerhouse. It's the same thing applies, okay? Especially if you've been portraying yourself as to be like, you know, the good guy who doesn't have enough, that's just trying very hard to do this and that. Leo energy, the Six of Wands. This is the card of victory. So once that shakeup happens, work in progress, like the moon, the things that was hitting, once that shakeup happens, once the tower moment comes, this unexpected event happen, okay? That something that comes out of left field is gonna put you in a position of power. It's gonna bring a sense of justice, of karmic justice towards you. It's gonna bring you towards victory, okay? Because I feel here, this is your reading, Sagittarius, but I'm truly feeling like this is some of you who are experiencing this. It's not you doing that to other people, okay? Because that victory is in the new future. That victory is yours. This is your reading. You in the situation. Beautiful. Two of Cups. You finally feeling a sense of harmony. You finally meeting face to face with another, perhaps even with the masculine energy and feminine energy within yourself. You finally feeling a sense of like coming into union with the self or with another, or feeling that you are doing work that is in alignment with yourself, that you are find something that's matching your vibration, okay? If this is about love, it's about love situation, the same thing applies. There is a love, there is a situation where there are strong feelings with the moon card here, but there was also things that you didn't know. There was also things that, you know, it was just like the feelings, like you didn't, there was no logic there, okay? Like you cared about someone, it was all about the feelings. That's all you could see, that's all you can think of. Like you, I mean, not even think of, that's all it was about. There was no things about thinking about it. There was no logic. There was no about like, okay, what's happening in the real world right now. It was just about the feelings, like consuming feelings, overwhelming feelings. And something happened to shake things up. Because of the strong feelings, some of you might have been giving a lot of yourself and with taking crumbs from that person. You kept working on the relationship. You kept giving, thinking if you do this, if you do that, if you do this, if you do that, that person will see you, will see your worth. You'll get your fair due, your fair rewards. And all along, that person had no intent. They were just taking all this work you're doing. They're just taking. Yes, give me more, Sagittarius. Give me more love. You're working. You're building all those pentacles. They're just putting them like sheaves behind them to build up their ego and like giving you crumbs. And that shakeup is gonna happen. That's gonna bring you a sense of justice, because judgment's gonna take place. Your fair due you're gonna receive. Okay. Yeah, so judgment, there's also a sense of reconciliation. But sometimes the reconciliation doesn't have to be you're gonna reconcile with that person specifically, but it also could mean that you're reconciling with someone else. It could be you reconciling with yourself, or what's important to you, your own self-worth or your own self-esteem of who you are. And you also getting your fair due in this relationship. If you've been like, you know, being taken for a ride, you're finally getting your fair due. Someone finally meeting you face to face. Look at those people here in this card, in this Two of Cups. Yes, they're extending their cups to each other, but these are not happy faces. And you don't have to be smiling to get the energy of happy. These are some very serious, tense, pursed lips here. Almost like they're being pushed, and even the clouds behind them are dark. It's as if like that unexpected event might be like all of a sudden someone realized they're pregnant. I'm just giving an example for some of you, and now they have to face up, and like especially if you're younger people and the parents get involved in like, you know what, you have to do the right thing by that person. They've been standing by you, and now you get them pregnant. You have to marry them. You get what you want because you always wanted that person, but be careful what you want at the same time, right? They're offering you that cup, but is that cup gonna bring you happiness? Yes, you're victorious in getting what exactly you wanted, but is it gonna bring you happiness? This is an external factor. For a lot of you, yes. To have the sun and the six of wands, this is yes. For a lot of you, you're going to shift that. Whether it's with that same person or it's someone else, Sagittarius, I feel like, and it's almost like for some of you, it's almost like you knew. It's like you were with someone, like you knew that was your person. That's why you didn't mind keeping working on that relationship, giving to that relationship, even though when they were not being true to you, because you knew that in your to your bond that like that was your person. You knew there was a will, because the Two of Cups is also soulmate relationship, especially with it showing up here the way it's showing up with the Sun card. This is a blessed union. But I feel like your person is not there. Your person did not understand the relationship as such. They could not see it. They could not meet you there. It's you know what they say when people like in a twin flame relationship, the one person always know first, and then they're like the more evolved person spiritually. And I don't want to say twin flame, like any spiritual relationship, when you're connected, not just here on this level, you have a deeply spiritual connection, especially if you have past lives together and whatnot. So it's like one person usually is aware of the depth of the depth of the relationship, of that connection, and the other person, it takes time to get there. And because there's such a strong energy coming from the one who's evolved, who understand, who knows, the other person almost rebel, almost resent them, almost feel like you know like what do you want, what do you like, you know, almost like trying to push the person away because it's too much, because they're not ready for that. They don't understand it. They don't feel it yet. Even though they may be attached to that person, they're not gonna let them go. They need them there, because they have to suck their energy. They have to take the pentacles from them. They're gonna keep giving them coins to keep them there, to keep them engaged. But they still don't understand how big a relationship that is. But I feel there's something that's gonna happen. That there's gonna be some an unexpected event that happen that's going to cause a shake up. That's gonna bring a sense of victory. That's gonna open someone else's eyes to the reality of the relationship, to the reality of that other person's in their life. If this is about a relationship for you guys, if this is just about a spiritual message as to, or even like a work situation where you felt like you've been taken advantage of, not felt like, well, you've been taken advantage of, there's still going to be something that happens where you're going to get your victory, or you're going to get your fair due. Okay, let's say you've been working, and you're promised a promotion, and you never get that promotion. You're doing the work of a manager, but you don't get the title, you don't get the compensation of a manager, right? Something's gonna happen where perhaps the person who was supposed to be manager, that they're gonna have to fill that form. Like, I don't know, the organization is gonna require that position be filled, like, formally, where you're going to finally get your fair due, your rewards, your victory lap, because you've won, even though you've been doing the work. Like, finally you can have something to show for it. You got the blessing. Your hope and fear. Ace of Cups. There's a lot of feelings and emotions here. So for some of you, you are hoping for that offer. It's also your fear not getting that offer. Your hope is your fear for some of you. Okay? You want that person to recognize you. You want that, you see that beautiful lotus flower here. You want that regeneration to happen in the relationship. You want that that blessing to actually materialize, but it's also your fear that it may not. But fear not, because you have the sun, and your external factor, what's in your environment is the sun. The sun is enlightenment. The sun is blessing. With the Six of Wands, major arcana victory, minor arcana victory. Okay. If you've been giving to a situation and you felt like you've been taken for granted, you felt like you were not appreciated, you're not getting your fair reward, your fair recognition, rest assured, it's coming, Sagittarius. As a matter of fact, it's pretty much here for you guys. Here it is. There's a reconciliation happening. Major reconciliation with someone from your past, and I feel like for a lot of you this is a past life karmic situation. We have the minor karma reconciliation, which is that six of cups, and then we have the judgment card, which is the major kind of reconciliation card. And for a lot of you this is really in regards to, yes, it's in regards to relationship. Yes, you put a lot of work in the relationship. Yes, there might have been a matter of career in the relationship. You might have worked together. Money might have been an issue in that relationship with support room, or even just the energy you are putting out. But I felt when I started this reading, I felt such a sense of calm, like almost like subdued energy. And I feel like for a lot of you, Sagittarius, you've been putting yourself in that meditative state. You've been riding it. You've been riding the waves. Not to go too high, not to go too low. It's like you're beating your time, because it's almost like you knew, because you're so sure. It's been proven to you, been shown to you, understood it, not just logically, but also intuitively, that this is meant to be. This is your person. And you are just waiting it out. You are not scared. You are not worried. You knew. That's why you kept working at it, because you knew what is yours was yours. That's facing you. The Hangman, waiting, being patient. That's the patience being paid off now. The victory. I say patience is a virtue. For a fire sign, it's like, ooh, a rarest of virtue. But when it happens, it's such a beautiful thing. So there it is. That was what's facing this we're reading. You bidding your time, you being patient in a situation where you are not getting what you what you deserve, right? What you should have, but it's coming. It's here, and there's a reconciliation here happening as part of it. A reconciliation with someone from your past. A reconciliation with someone that you've known before. We have major kind of reconciliation, minor kind of reconciliation, Ace of Cups, the new offering. We have the Moon and the Sun, the ultimate feminine energy and masculine energy. We have the Two of Cups, like seriously. But there was a delay here. There was a major delays here. And receiving that recognition. The reciprocation, if that's a word, or reciprocity, they say. Well, for the level of commitment and loyalty you've shown to that person, for it to be returned and to be reflected in your reality. Okay, and here we have love yourself first. This is your Women's Oracle cards. It says love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Beautiful. And there I say, for some of you, that tower moment might have been you got up and left for good and said, that's it, I'm done. Because you've been patient for so long. And that finally opened somebody's eyes. What's that again? What's that? What are we looking at? What's this? What's this, Sagittarius? Reconciliation. If the first time didn't work, they give you a second time. Spirit's like, okay, get to this, Lanmou. Get to this. Reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life, clearly. This is your third reconciliation. That's reconciliation. Whoever it is you're thinking about as you're watching this, it may be that person, and because we have a tower moment here, for some of you, it may be someone that unexpected that you're not thinking. But I feel like most of you would know, because you've been working. We've been working on it. You've been working at it. You've been going through it. Okay. We have number 11, the Council, and your card that actually came out is the Coyote. This is the Mystical Shaman Oracle card, and I always read that from the book. And I'm going to do the cancel for you, which is all about listen with your inner senses. The council has a message for you. Listen with your inner senses. The handwriting is already on the wall, so look about you and you will discern its meaning. Do not wait for further signs. Embark on the journey to love deeply, forgive sincerely, and dare greatly. Take the leap without requiring life to assure you of success. Wow. Take the leap without requiring life to ensure your success, despite and in spite of you receiving crumbs, despite and in spite of that person not matching your energy, not coming to meet you halfway in the past. You kept working at it and you're forgiving them. You kept going at it because you trust, you believed. It says the handwriting is already on the wall. That person is already yours. You already know it. You knew it. You felt it. You knew it. Because you are listening with your inner senses. This is, again, number 11. That's my confirmation number. This is beautiful. From the 11 to the 12, Coyote. If Coyote calls to you, this is a time to pay special attention to detours and disappointment, as they are true tests of faith. You have set your intentions and turned them over to the Great Spirit. Yet you may find yourself lost and confused when it appears you are being led off course, off the path, leading to your most cherished dreams and desires. Remember this: Coyote is a sacred trickster and may be leading you into challenges to ensure that you are ready to handle what you set in motion. Great growth and understanding come to you when Coyote calls your name. Great growth and understanding. Forgive sincerely. Love deeply. Take a leap. The writing's already on the wall. Some of you, this person not meeting you halfway, that's the test. And especially spiritual connection, we all go through those tests. Yes, loving someone deeply does not mean that you have to be in a relationship with the person. However, even when you're not in a relationship with that person, you still must honor that love, that connection. And for some of you, that has been your will test. That's been the greatest test of strength. You managed to honor that love, to keep working steadily on this, despite experiencing this over and over and over. And that was just test of strength to see if the same energy here of the initiate that have to go through all the steps, that have to, go that have to prove that they're committed to the course. Where even that means you have to go in a hole for 7 days. Even that means you have to go on a mountain or to hike in the woods by yourself for 3 days. Even that means you have to stay upside down for 48 hours. You have to renounce certain things, certain ways of living. That's are the test, the will test of faith. And for you, Sagittarius, you succeeded, you passed. Victory, blessings, it's yours. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you so much, Spirit, for using me to pass this message. Some of you really needed to hear this, and I hope it brings you some clarity, give you some insight. If you like to show support, please like, comment, subscribe, and share it with anyone you feel like may benefit from this. I'll see you next week. Until then, please do remember, love is the only answer. Keep up the faith, keep loving, keep forgiving, and your victory is here. Your reconciliation is here. It says so right here. The writing is already on the wall, and you already know it. And your person, if they were not sure, they're about to know it too. Bye bye.